And good morning. Happy Tuesday. It's the 1st of September. Just getting stuff buttoned up here. Morning, Bear Duda. Which weighs more, a bucket of water or a bucket of butane? I think that this joke is written backwards. Which weighs less, a bucket of water or a bucket of butane? Butane, because it's lighter fluid. Isn't butane a gas? It's a gas, yeah. All right. At room temperature, of course. Yeah, room temps. Um, all right. Well, gonna get back into this. I was so close to going off the rails today and working on an RTMP parser, but I didn't. Look, we're still gonna do stuff on the game because I want the game to work. Um, yeah, I got some rest. I did. Um, Still kind of achy, but yeah, yesterday alarm went off. I hit the button. A little while later, woke up and it's like 8 o'clock. So the body's like, nope, not doing it. So here we go. I don't even remember where we left off. I think everything was better. That's right. The tracing had been an issue. I don't really care to diff the that file there. Okay, but here, yeah, all the tracing stuff got commented out. So as we go through, we'll probably end up tracing a little bit more of this. Oh yeah, that's always well. Like if you get it like a Friday off, then you have to remember what you did on Thursday on a Monday. Let's see. Yeah, stand up update. What did I do Thursday? Yeah, nope, nope, don't know. Can't do it. DB and Cosmos need it. That looks more correct. Fairly trivial to liquefy. I was thinking of doing that, making a not for butane, but for liquid nitrogen. Creating a scrubber, compressing it, and creating a system to liquefy it. All right. There we go. So, where did we end up? Cargo build. We're just gonna keep getting the zone loading and all that stuff working. From what I remember, we were getting back on the client. Oh, you know what? Terminal 5 should show us. Here we go. Yeah, we were getting back information from the zone. The kind is an island. Interesting. Okay. We got some URLs in here. Here. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, and then some other URLs. Now, when the game server is usually running, it would publish some of this information, specifically the island info. So this is the island's bitmap that represents the terrain. Now, while we're going to change that in the future, I'd still like to make the current version work in the client. Oh, that's right. And then before that, we were actually working on the net cache stuff. This one, that's right. And trying to come up with a way to not crash the client. Did we figure that out? What was actually crashing the client on that? I don't think we did. We might have, but let's see if it still crashes. See, I don't have Godot running. So this is going to go black screen for 5 seconds. Almost. Oh, good, it did catch. Good. Login. Okay, good, good. Captain Fuzzy Lips. This is loading screen. And it does not appear to have crashed. I don't know why. We did get the same information back from the server. Are we just not calling this? How did we make it work? Oh, wasn't it the return type stuff? There was some other stuff that we were doing, and it might have been the return types. Variant array shared. Oh, that's right. Okay, I think I remember what the difference was. Um, it's because of this. Basically, we had one of these that could accept one argument, but they were sending four. That's what it was. And I think that's what ended up crashing it. So by changing this and accepting 8, it now works. It doesn't crash anymore. Okay, that's all right. However, how do we do this in such a way that we can actually build out a loading screen? We'll have a list of things that we want to load, and we'll ask, I'm going to do this just serial, right? Get the first one, second one, third one. So for the moment, we're just going to have one HTTP request object. Talking is difficult in the morning. Yeah, we'll only have one request at a time for now. I'm not going to build a system in here to guarantee we're only doing one at a time. At least not yet. I think in the future we'll probably have a pool of these HTTP request objects. But for now, no. There was also something else that we're missing here. When we do load something, we're not setting the destination for it, because this is a net cache, and we should be caching the result, saving it somewhere, and using that when we do load it. Well, if it's there already. All right, so how do we do that? This is GD script here. Directory path, assets, file path, URL is MD5. I see. Does Godot have MD5 text on? Oh, I don't remember that. That's nice. All right, so when we initialize one of these, we set these elements up. We're not going to do it on the init anymore because this net texture loader, we're not going to do one. Oh, it's not going to be the same way. So all right, we'll have to go through and basically mimic out this here. Lines 30 to 40. And we can do that before even calling into there. Okay. So there's our net cache up there. When we call load, which I'm going to say is the equivalent to this function down here on line 30. Oh, have you heard the joke about paper? Never mind, it's a bit terrible. Nice, nice. It's a bit recycled. I like to follow up on that. That's a nice. That's a good one. So in this case, we're making the directory recursively. Oh, interesting. Script, search, help. It seems like this should happen at the very beginning. Why doesn't a Python, a photon? Why doesn't a photon need a suitcase? I don't know why. Because it's traveling light. Oh man. That's a good one too. The jokes. If you don't appreciate them now, you will later. It's so bad, so addicting. Yes, yes. Oh man. Let's see, what's the one from the box? We've probably heard all these. Oh yeah. Did you hear about the new reversible jackets? I'm excited to see how they turn out. Yeah. I'd also gotten a longer joke. Hold on, I'm looking back. Um, oh, it was a knock knock joke. Here it is. All right. Knock knock. Who's there? Broken pencil. Broken pencil who? Never mind. It's pointless. All right. Back to the code. Oh, is he around? Uraniwa? I don't know. Sometimes he stays up and streams in the evening, right? I don't see him here. All right. We are going to set some of this up at the beginning, like this make to recursive. I don't want to do this on every call to load. So we're going to do that in probably the new function. Or ready. How about ready? We'll do it in ready. Cheese in chat. Oh, man. I got hit in the head with a can of soda yesterday. Luckily for me, it was a soft drink. That's pretty good. All right, back to code. Back to code. Oh, that Swiss cheese that he had on his stream yesterday looked so good. It looked like such an incredible cheese. All right, ensure the directory is corrected. Let's focus, stay on target. Let dir equals. Ooh, interesting. Okay. This is going to be their directory object, directory new. Yes, it's going to be unique because we own it. It's fine. Oh, shoot. We need to do Rust Analyzer's update. Oh, let's see, what was X task? Install server. There it is. Hey, Xenogron, how's it going? Oh, you've been missing all the cheese. Maybe you're not missing it. I lost my job at the bank on my very first day. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her over. Didn't. Gonna rewrite that one a little. There we go. All right. Oh my goodness, there's some funny ones on this one's a little brutal. My sister thinks she's so smart. She said that onions are the only food that makes you cry. So I threw a coconut at her. All right. That one's so bad. That one's a little mean. Don't throw coconuts at people. All right. Dir dot make dir recursive. Now this is going to be just some const. What were we doing before? Because I probably have a lot of the assets already loaded up. Let's make that a const up here. How about at the very top? Now with semicolon. Or we could just make it, no. I wanted to make it a path. I don't think that's going to work with this. Make to recursive probably wants a string, doesn't it? Yeah, just a string, a Godot string. What's the difference between static and const? So That's a fine question. Um, Const tends to mean it's not going to change, right? So if you had something here, right? Because this is what your question is. Like, if I had this request as const, why would it matter? Like, what's the difference between something that's immutable, etc.? I don't know. I know that static here. Doesn't look like you can put static here. That's a great question. And I don't know the answer to that one. Looks like static doesn't exist there like in C. Well, it's still having issues. Let me see. Let's fill this in and then we'll look into that. I was wondering that the other day too. I just never followed up on it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why'd you do that? It ended up moving in a weird way. All right. Should be able to create the most of these are just notes to myself because we're going to have an error screen that we'll go to. So you're async 30 now, you guys, for now? Const is inline. So could we have it static here? Expected an item. Looks like it's not recognized here. Oh, wait. Is it just catching up? It is, okay. Interesting. I wonder which one I should use there. Do we inline it? Let's use static. I'd rather have smaller binary. Save 10 bytes. All right. So we got the directory. Now the file stuff here. It looks like we're going to call MD5 text on some sort of string. Looks like that string is just set here. I think it can actually determine the lifetime already. Yeah, it should be inferred. All right. So that should make the directory. And then down here, where this comes in, we'll check to see if the asset already exists or not. I think I've had my hands like slightly offset, and It's been doing something a little weird. All right. So the file path plus underscore type. What is this actually used for? Oh, that's right. We store the file type in a file adjacent to the actual content. Because otherwise we couldn't determine what kind it was. Basically, the file type gets stored in a second file. So for every piece of content, you get the real content, and then you get basically the content type that is returned from the HTTP request. I think I did that for kind of simplicity, because later on you have to load the file, know what the kind of content it is. Is it a WebP image? Is it a PNG? What kind of image is it? Because the Godot functions don't just, you can't say load this image and it'll do it. You say load this WebP image. That's right. Oh, that's coming back. I mean, I don't like littering this with a whole bunch of different, like a bunch of tiny files. Yeah, it should be faster. But it'll always be in static memory. And only the reference is inlined. Oh, I see. I see. So we'll have the file path, and that's going to be going to be dir path plus this. But we're using a Godot string, and how do you concatenate? They do have format. Well, I guess at this point we're still on Rust strings. So we can build that out. We can just concatenate there. Does Rust override the plus operator for string concatenation? Oh yeah, this is what we almost did today. RTMP stream parser thing. I read through the whole spec last night. Yes, I was watching that stream yesterday from Eric.dev, and Eric.dev was using GStreamer to manage this. I'm like, you know what? That spec isn't all that difficult. It's not too deep. It's a fairly straightforward protocol. So I'm probably gonna make an RTMP thing for that. We'll see. So do I think that Mac OS 11 is better than Mac OS 10? I don't know. I've never seen Mac OS 11. In terms of like operating systems, I am not ever living on the bleeding edge of it. Ah, okay. So to concatenate with the addition operator, the plus, needs to be a string and not a stir. I gotcha. Gotcha. Does this actually return? Can we do builder pattern? Oh, look, there's a concat macro. Was not expecting to see that. That's cool. Where's that? Here. There's a macro. Huh. Since 1.0. Wow. It comma separated literals. I see. There's a concat trait? Oh, this one's nightly. All right. Interesting. Huh. Slice has concat on it. Oh, yeah, for stuff like this, that makes sense. So why don't we just do that then? All right, so we'll take the asset path. Now we need to get the URLs MD5 on this. Oh, drat. Do I have to convert it to an... I don't really want to pull in an MD5 library. So we're just going to use the one in Godot. MDY, MD5. Is there an MD5 object? No, it's just on string. Do a runtime borrow check. Godot string from URL dot MD5 text. All right. There's the file path. Oh, did that finish building? It did. Okay, great. We're going to upgrade Rust Analyzer real quick. MKS, bang. There we go. Plug upgrade. Plug up. Living on the edge here. Hey, welcome everyone. How are you? Good morning. Oh, amusing. You missed all the jokes this morning. This was... they were... Oh, they were bad. They were bad. You need to decide on 2 crates or 1? Oh, nice. And it seems reasonable to have 2 crates there. Haiku is pretty neat. I have not, no. Roulette, good morning. And thank you for the follow and the bits. How are ya? All right. Give that a save. Hopefully, Rust Analyzer will kick on. There we go. Perfect. What do you call an Argentinian with a rubber toe? Rubber toe. Oh my goodness. Their OS API is entirely in C++. Web designer? What? Oh, are you answering Bear Doodle's question? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, if you move out all the non-async external dep code into another crate, you can just re-export it into the main one. Ah, this needs to be... string? This is gross, just to get the MD5 on it. What do we have here now? You have to maintain 2 crates. A second name. Naming is harder than moving around 10,000 lines of Rust. It absolutely is. I don't think people appreciate that. Expect to stir found string. There we go. Alright, so now we have the MD5 sum. We're going to get the file type. Basically the same thing, we're just going to toss the underscore type on the end of it. Alright, now does concat, it's just references, right? So inside of here we could say file path. That should work. That's a great question, Museum, and it is because the maker, etc. stuff takes a string, and then also they have these interesting prefixes, so their URIs. I don't know if that works with path. Oh, need to reborrow the path? It seems okay with it. Or is it going to be an issue later? It doesn't handle URIs, I see. All right, so I already did this. That's fine. Now we're going to check and see if that exists. So we need another directory. But it had answering before. Oh, I see. Forces it to do ref into the stir. Gotcha. What does yester mean in yesterday? I don't know. Is this a joke or a serious question? Hey, Mistus Games. How are ya? Happy Tuesday. All right, directory new. Now we're going to call and see if it exists. So let's see. So if both of them exist, then we load the image. Otherwise, we fetch it. Okay. Serious question. Okay. Yeah, doing all right. Yesterday I didn't stream. Was feeling really sore from moving all the alfalfa. So today a little better. Probably do some, I don't know, motion stuff later to, like maybe some jump rope or something, just to get moving. All right, file exists. So if, I mean, we could kind of port that logic directly. If the directory exists, file path, and file type path, else this side. All right, something over there. All right. Holy cow. What did I just hit? I don't know what I hit. What was that? That was strange. Okay. Now I'm trying to figure out what that was. Control X? No. Control Shift X? No, that killed the whole thing. Great, now I have to start Kitty again. There we go. Fix the sizing of it. There we go. Super key plus semi. Oh, interesting. So do features that are generated by your async function implement unpin trait? How many async functions do I have anyway? I don't know how many async functions I have. Basically, this character chooser came up, and you could search through Unicode. And you could search for emoticons. You could search for glyphs. All right, now what are we expecting to return here? This is async. We're supposed to return an option here. All right, now down here, what does load image do? Get image bytes, get content type. What does that do? So we open up the new file and return the bytes. Okay. Interesting. So when we tell this to load, what do we really expect back? Maybe a result instead of an option? Because I don't think that this code should be loading it into an image. I think it's fine to return the pool byte array. That seems fine. Variant array seems wrong though. Control plus dot? No? I don't know. Burning all those points, huh, Pro Theory? Was it Neovim? That's so weird. All right, that's gonna bug me today. It's on my left hand, but I'm using Dvorak. All right, so in this case, let's change our return types here. It seems like after the fetch is actually handled, we should be able to load from that cached file, just like the other one. So if it already exists, we just don't do it. So if it doesn't exist, and if the file type doesn't exist, then we load it. After that's done, then we load the files off disk. Okay. Do we need this res? What does this res give us? I think we want to know whether or not it succeeded or not. No, this is for the return type. Okay, that's fine. We'll fix that up. unimplemented. Good. So if we had an error, okay, let's change this to be a result. Where's Godot error defined? Yeah. Okay. Does Legacy Rust have its own kind of error wrapper? We don't. Wow. What are we using then? Let's say for RT. We're just unwrapping things. Maybe it's time for an error type. Legacy Rust source error.rs. Influence standard error for our error. These are the other bits we could implement. It's interesting. Backtrace, description. Oh, description is deprecated. Use display. Oh, I see. We could also implement cause. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, Xenocron. All right, I'm gonna go look at standard error. Source, the lower level source of this error, if any. So if this was some other error, we could pass it through there maybe? So in this case, struct super error, display error source, self.side. Super error sidekick. Got it. Hey, Peyton Rules, good morning, and thank you for the raid. How was your stream? And for all you raiders out there, we're working on a game, server and client. Sorry, I was in the middle of trying to catch what this stuff was. So it gets super error. Yeah. That's neat. So backtrace we can't use. Description and cause are deprecated. Got it. Okay. So description and cause. We're not going to implement backtrace. It's nightly only. Type ID, that's something else. We don't do that one. So just source. Interesting. Oh, you were just at these docks. Oh, nice. Oh, Pro Theory, you're going to miss out on all the cool in-game stuff you could buy with those points. Oh, does this need to implement standard format debug for that? It's got display. All right, of course, it should implement debug. All right, some of that's going to go away probably. This is neat. It's neat to be able to do this where you can actually have. I'm guessing this is what this error does behind the scenes, right? It's implementing all of these other methods on error for us. So if we match self, in most cases, return none. If we did have something, let's say, as like a Godot error, can we even do that? Oh, I called it Godot error. All right. Godot error. I don't remember if Godot actually has that. I think it did end up getting display on there, at least the version I'm using. All right, so that's pretty good. We could implement from on that. We're going to have a lot of little Godot errors. These little things here, code actions, save so much time. Now, let's go back over into netcache. Now we can return our error. All right. I have to respond to my wife real quick. The docs are in the bag. All right. My daughter came in here. She got up really early today. She's making little, those little sounds in the background. Okay, kind of like one of these. Nope, that's her. All right. So a man who runs behind a car will get exhausted, but a man who runs in front of a car will get tired. Okay, back to the code. All right, where was that? All right, we can have that error type. I guess we don't need it to be public though. Close that for now. Also, with nightly enabled, this error will generate the backtrace stuff for you. Oh, that's nice. Okay, now this should not return a result like that. All right, now this should be a pool byte array. I think we're going to need multiple pieces here. Oh, where is pool battery? It's not in the standard library, of course. I was looking for Godot, thank you. All right, that's gonna take a minute. Bum, 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 bum. Let's just go here. GD native, documentation. Go to the other one. That's so strange. Why would that not be there? Did they just call it byte array? All right. Well, how do we do this? A pool byte array would normally come back from what? Um, yeah, why wouldn't they use like a vector of U8s? Why is it pooled? Does not fragment the memory. That's by value, not by reference. Okay. So we're using an HTTP request object. We can tell it where to store the data that it fetches. Okay. Oh, I guess it's time. I need to go and do my 15-minute breakfast with my wife. So I'm going to go do that for a little bit. Oh, let me make sure I get my watch set up this time. Oh, shoot. I'll have to take my phone instead. I will be right back. Well, I'll be back in 15 minutes. So, we'll see you then.
been floating a million miles from home. Head in the clouds, I've forgotten how I'm left alone. Oh, been chasing dreams since I was young. I never stop. Oh, if I fail, I will get back up. I get what I want. Oh, 'cause I see you in my shoes, standing where I'm meant to be. Got everything, nothing to lose, so I keep living my dream. I'll hold the ropes, I won't give up. Our time is now, done, can someone remind me? 'Cause to me this all is just a blur. The last thing that I remember is the party, then nothing else. How did I get here? Who is that man over there? Will I ever find out? It's all just a dream. Tell myself, never will I do this again. Tell myself, it's not worth it. Tell myself no, but who cares? 'Cause tonight I will party. Sail some rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink. And tomorrow I won't remember a thing. Sail some rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink. And tomorrow I will be hungover.
All right. Had coffee and a donut today. What a treat. All right. I was running a little behind on that one. All right, here we go. So, yes, and thank you, Beliar. I think you're absolutely right on that. We'll return just a byte array. All right, now get that there. This is supposed to gonna return that if it happens. Get rid of that one. Cannot go between didn't we have that? From Godot error for that. Same thing, right? So if that works, the fetch here, we don't really need the variant array. We're just going to use the same function to do both. Because what if there was an error? Result, we'll say this is an error. That one converts. Why not this one? The map should return the fetches result, which is a result to an error. Okay. No, can't do that. It has to be this way. We have to have the variant array because of the signal. Okay, that's fine. We'll get the signal back. We're really going to ignore basically the response on that because we don't have to, but it would be nice. I don't think there's going to be an error, like an issue between returning the bytes off of the result and returning the bytes from the file. I just feel like we need to return two pieces of information. The type and the data. All right, that one's fine. This one here worked. It returns a Godot error. I thought that this also returned a Godot error. This fetch here. Oh, no, that's our error. So it should be just fine. I mean, if it's returning our error. It even says it's a Godot error. Question mark implicitly performs a conversion on the error. There you go. Using the from trait. Following were found, required by from. That seems like exactly what I want to. Wait, what am I missing here? All right. Required by yada yada. And we could even like map error stuff like right here. But I don't understand why that's not working. Is it because of the async bits? That the error type isn't known? That's bizarre. I don't know. Mismatched types. Well, it's already an error. So why can't we just return it? Hmm. Is there anything that would actually prohibit this from being returned? The result async. We await here. This is so odd. It looks like it should just work, but it's not. It's already a legacy error. Oh. Oh. Wait. GD native EXT error is not implemented. I didn't think that we were actually returning GD native ext error here. Why is it a GD native ext error? Oh, because of the map. All right. I don't like my error types. We could do it this way, ext error. It's the same type. All right. Is there a, let's see, Rust checklist error? APA guidelines. Meaningful and well-behaved. All right. Error type should always implement standard error. Error, okay. Should implement the send and sync traits. Interesting. All right. Never use unit as an error type. Define meaningful error type specifics. Okay. Okay. These guidelines. IO error wasn't send and sync for a long time. Oh man. Still isn't clone. Seems like they should be able to toss that on. I don't know. What? Seems like that should be able to be added without breaking API. Or is there something that would break? Hey Lev, Leviska. Do I know of some cool game source code worth reading? C++ preferable? Yeah, the Quake engine. Here, like Doom, right? Forever ago. Quake 2, Quake, Doom 3. They got a lot of stuff in here. Oh, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Anyhow, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. Oh, for a while that didn't have send and sync. It's not cloned because of the overhead of Arc. Yeah, you're welcome. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Yeah, very old style C++ stuff. Yeah, if you're looking for new stuff, I'm not sure if there's stuff out there for that. It's barely more than C with classes. Oh yeah. Something modern? Oh goodness. Modern open source stuff. Probably the engines. Open source game though. Nothing's coming to mind. If maybe something with an ECS. Yeah, I've got nothing. That's a great question though. Does anybody know of anything? Oh. I guess it depends on what your goal is. Are you looking to make a game? Or you just want to see how it's done? Just curious. Yeah, Unreal Engine. Yeah. All right, let's give a proper type to this. I feel like I already have this class somewhere. Oh, it's in Forge. All right. All right. Good practices and patterns used in your own game. Ooh. What kind of game are you making? That might help to know which direction you're going in. Like, is it real time? Kind of mobile? Is it, Oh, that's right. There were a bunch of open source games on what was it? It was Humble Bundle. Had a whole bunch of them. Was that Handmade Hero that was doing it? I thought there were some more too. All right. Yeah, there might be something for it. All right, give me a moment. I'm gonna log in on my other browser because I think I've seen a bunch of stuff that was open source. What? No, there it is. It's not a lot, actually. I thought there was more. There's like Extreme Burger Defense source code. 10-second Ninja. I don't think this is the stuff you want. Freeway Mutant source code? Yeah, no, probably not. Oh, 2D. Okay. Dungeon crawler or something? Oh, nice. One day. what's that one museum? Oh, wow. Wow. Does it? This just keeps going. This is a great checklist. I like the I like the icon here. That's great. Hey, Brooke Zerker. Good morning. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I've got a meeting at 9 today, so I'm gonna have to little panic quit for that. Okay, let's go back to the code here. Result is going to be a new content. We're gonna have the content type. Type and data. We'll just do something like that. Return that. Now we need type and data. Where do we get that? All right, if there was not an error returning this, What are we unwrapping here? I think we can do double on that. Yeah, one for the map, which is our extension error, and then the other for the internal one, and then we await. There we go. Okay. So at this point, we're going to load. And what were you using for loading? Get content type. Okay, we're going to split this into a couple pieces. So some of this doesn't matter. Yeah, get bytes and then get the content type. All right. So we do a file open with read only, tossing errors if we need to. Oh, interesting. File, get buffer length. Huh. We'll do something similar. File name, I don't know, something. We use their file API. File open. File name. Now, if that's an error, now we get a Godot result back from this. Okay. Let's call it bytes. A GD script macro? No. Oh, goodness. That's funny. Have I ever used Java util optional class in Java? I have not. Use food GD script. No, no, no. No! All right. What was it? Length file dot. I think this getter is just length now. Does get buffer exist? It does. Does length exist? It does. Good. And then we just need to close the file. Okay. Optional can throw a null pointer exception? What? No such element exceptions. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Alright, so it's a file path. Nope, not there. Get content type. Yeah, basically exactly the same thing, except this one does a get as text. Okay. And we'll do the conversion in here. Content type there. Oh my goodness, my mute goes backwards for me. Alright, if we have a content type error, we will say that we don't know what kind this is. Content type. There we go. The fall through should work there. No source needed. Okay. So we get that as text. Oops, that's not Rust code. This is why I'm doing it in Rust now, because flipping back and forth is just, I don't know, I just don't want to do that right now. Technically, we don't need that open at that point. We can do the conversion here. Try from, boom. All right. Copy. Nope, can't do copy anymore. You have a language addiction? Yes. Oh, that's rough. That's why I can't do this and like go back and forth between like Rust and JavaScript. Because I end up typing things like instead of like npm build, it'd be like cargo build and stuff like that. Mismatched types in the arms. Bindings must all have the same. Ah, okay. Cargo.net run hello world. Yes. That's right. Which is weird because you could probably have something in Rust that does that using the embedded Python thing or whatever. Because you can install like the cargo.net integration thing into Cargo, then run its run command, giving it a Python script. Flame mode on, yes. Oh, content type doesn't implement that. All right, coming back to net. Content type. Content. Content isn't all that interesting for this. But, and let's see, it probably could be cloned, but we have to do it a special way. I don't know if we should. Let's not make it clonable. Can be... No, let's implement debug for it. Function, format, value, self. And then we get the formatter. Okay. Result as well. I'm gonna debug struct. We have to give it a name. We'll call it content dot field. Can we do that? Let's see. Oh, no semicolon on that. Today, white space, yes. That needs to be borrowed. And stir isn't it's in debug. Oh, there we go. We need to borrow. Okay. Let's come back here. The load. Yep. Want that. Odd. Get length? That one's a Godot string. Can we just borrow that? Ah, the try from. Import that. Good. Let's look at the bigger error. Ooh, let's see, what do we get? Content type, the trait from is not implemented. Try from, we're trying to use. Oh, from a Godot string. Yeah, that's not gonna work. There we go. uh, and this wants a reference, doesn't it? Two-string as ref. It's going to drop it immediately. Silly Godot strings. Okay, so now we have load type, load bytes. We've got this. We've got a return type. That's coming back. And where were we calling this? Net cache. Load. There it is. And then we're just debugging the results. Okay, we're trying to get that. We're gonna debug this. Looks like it's hooked up. We will try to run it. Let's give it a run and see what happens. On the last stream, yeah. Oh, weird. About its analysis of generic types. We just fail like 18 million nested types because it considered it an infinite loop. Oh my goodness. But if Rust was normalized, that loop would have been determinable and not a guess state. Hey, good morning. Free sequence. Good morning. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really see the question in there. You got kind of a non-question to start with. It's more of your feelings on Rust. I think free sequence, the best way is just to slowly build up your experience in Rust. Start with small problems in Rust, like questions and whatnot. Exorcism.io has a neat Rust course. I would suggest maybe starting here, go through this. There's also the Rustlings in the book. If you haven't read the book, I highly suggest it. So there's this Learn at the top and the Rustlings course here. And then also Code by Example is very, very helpful. But of course, the book. Book gives you all the basics. Fearless concurrency. I fear concurrency a lot less in Rust than I ever did in like C++ or Java. In Java, oh my goodness, I was always worried about It was actually the shared state in Java, a locking in that. Yeah, the borrow checker is like this. Yeah, I don't know what to. Like this really strict school teacher just comes around, just like says, "No, try again. No, try again." Or like in that old school Karate Kid, right? Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. It's not right. Try again. Again. All right. Anyhow, so we got this. We're gonna try this out. Let's build it. Okay, let's get this set up. Good. It's still wired. Okay, it's almost done building. Oh, good. Just finished as I switched back over there. Let's switch back. Rusty is too mean to be Mr. Miyagi. Are you saying that like Rusty is more Cobra Kai or something else? Should watch season 2. I have not even seen the first one. Is it any good? I'll give this a login. Oh, sorry. I had turned off this so we could look at stuff earlier. There, ta-da. Okay, so we're logging in. Captain Fuzzy Lips. Uh-oh. Yeah, I crashed the server. Run it again. One more time. Again! Yes, I'm using the automatic scene switcher. Rusty's Cobra Kai. Oh my goodness. Yeah, how it's been essentially designed. How it's been designed to essentially be a tutor. Yeah. Handsome and strict. Oh my goodness. Do you think it has a mustache? Like what if you could personify Rusty? What would Rusty look like? Do I have the assets for the game? No, not entirely. We just have some dev art at the moment. I've got some pieces. Oh, there we go. But not enough. Oops, let's close 6. That's where we, no, I don't want to see that. Exit. Quit. Why did it actually show us this? There should have been more. So we got to loading 24. The default error reporting mode for Rusty is called explain. Oh, no way. Oh, that's great. In that case, a beard. Rusty's a giant 10-story Tory-style biomechanical crab that evolved from a fungus. With a beard. Knightley has a beard. Gotcha. That's funny. Loading line 24. So we got to here. We didn't get to the return here. Did this await never finish? It didn't. We were awaiting forever. All right, how far did we make it? Or did it crash? I don't see anything about crashing here. I don't see anything in here about errors. And nothing down there. Net cache it. Fix that spelling error. I'm guessing in here, DBG. Gonna see that happen, but this one doesn't happen. In that case, we gotta go to fetch. Signals on. Oh, and then we go to our signals crate. I imagine Knightley as the Dilbert buy yourself a computer kid guy. Oh, this one's slow. See the guy on the right there with the beard? That's Russ C. Knightley for me. It's this guy. Is Rusty a Rustation? Oh, I like that he even has an orange shirt on there. That's cool. All right. Back to the code. Okay, because if that's not working, we're going to have to... We'll have to dig into this and figure out which piece here isn't working. Probably should have added logging to that crate. All right, anyhow. If it is there, we'll see how far it goes. I'll go build and do it again. There we go. Let's give it a run. Log in. This is the loading screen. Okay. All right, we made it to net cache 107. Dun dun dun. Okay, so yeah, it is in there. The fetch didn't happen. I don't think there's anything inside the fetch that would be an issue here. It's not async. Is our request completed signal correct though? Let's at least check the is it plugged in bits. Signals. Request completed. I'm going to copy paste that. That didn't change. Okay. We get four values out of it. All right. Anything else we should check there? Is it get request? Is it dispatching the signals? That I'm not sure. That I think is going to be the next step for validation. See if that arrives. Oh, you know what? I think it is actually dispatching the signal because we were getting errors before. We were getting errors because this receive, the signature didn't match, so it was crashing Godot. But now it's not crashing, which means that it's probably working here. So if that's not it, then this try send here, is that actually wired up? We collect that, Do a try send. Where's the sender? Sender comes down into the future, the signal future. Here, we should be polling that. Ready, poll, receive. It's an option. Hmm. That seems like it should work. Let's add some logging. Gonna close that one. Legacy Rust. Cargo Tommel. Take that, comment one out. Path is going to be equal to dot dot slash dot dot. Oh, what is it? It's legacy ext. It's over there. Oh, you can use a patch section. You know, I so rarely remember that even exists. That's a great idea. Now, can I use the patch section in this crate here, or do I have to put it in the workspace? All right. So something like that then. I think some of the stuff that you end up putting inside of a cargo config, you might not have inside of source control. I'm not sure. I mean, I could see it being in there. No, that's probably not true, is it? Especially the linker stuff, all those extra bits. Oh, tell it to patch creates IO. Thank you, Museum. Oh, but this isn't off creates IO. This is off Git. Yeah, this little gem there is not in crates. Oh, major, minor, and patch versions. Should be a URL or a registry name. Would this be the Git URL? Let's go look. Okay, probably this then. Cannot parse it as Tommel. Oh, thank you, Pro Theory. Ah, in single quotes. Thank you. All right, I've got to turn a machine on for a kid. Be right back. All right. Legacy EXT. All right, so here's a signals bit. Let's debug the values. Try send. See, it didn't get this, so let's see. Okay, let's try running this and see if we hit that. Login. Who did we choose last time? Top Raj? All right. We ended up getting a string array. Good, so that did get called. I64, 200, this, and then the content. So that's there. So this did hit. Which means we should have ended up in the sender. There we go. All right, there's that. Let's come back to Godot. Give it a restart. See, last time we logged in as who, Captain Pickle or something? All right, Bubba Joe. So we hit signals line 70. So we hit here, but never here. So the receive here didn't work. This should have been a future. So we have a future that we're polling. With the context, it didn't wake up. Yeah, it's blocking forever. So this receive here never receives. And it doesn't crash, so the game didn't crash, which means that the send worked. Otherwise, it would have panicked. Writing a fuzzer in Rust is dreamy. Alright, am I sending a value to the channel? I saw you dropping the sender. Yeah, it should be here. And the previous debug that we had in there did verify that we had data, so values, does exist. And then we do close it. I mean, arguably we don't have to close it. I just thought it would be nice. And based on what we were doing before, we should be able to drain it before we get the end of, the channel's closed message. But this poll doesn't seem to give us anything. We get to this point, but never this one. What if it's just not waking up somehow? Just makes it so you can't send to it anymore, which is perfect for this. Because if somebody's trying to get, pull the future multiple times, they should be able to get the value out once, and that's it. Yeah, that's perfect. I want to make sure that this future here doesn't get pulled multiple times, which I guess is the same as like a fused future, isn't it? I think it does. I just wasn't sure on when Godot would actually drop it. Because we end up giving a reference to this to Godot. Where was that? That was down here. Yeah, we create this signal receiver, get the future out of it. This is the piece that we're awaiting. We end up registering it here. So at that point there, we've given this into Godot. So Godot ends up owning that, and I don't know when it's going to kill it off. You would use async send and wrap in a block on block to make it sync. Is that so that it doesn't fail? So it would queue it up and then close? Oh, interesting. So what's going on there then? Do you think it's possible that... Oh, if it might not be getting queued up in time. Oh, interesting. Interesting idea. Alright. So we already have it bounded by 1. So let's just change the send. Oh, am I using Futures Micro here? What am I using? I'm using Futures Micro. Or if Godot is killing the object before the queue happens. Well, it seems to be getting to this point here. I mean, could we do like a thread sleep here? Just to debug it? Give it an eternity to sleep. I'm gonna look at this again here. So we have the target, which is a signal receiver, something that we ended up creating. We get the base and connect here. Take something that can be an object. I see. So this receiver might need to live longer. Because we're going to drop it, aren't we? Wait, but we are receiving the message. Because we did see a debug here. This was getting called. So that hit. That's just the question there. Expect that to be happening. That, of course, should happen. We get the receiver. Oh, it should tell me how many values are pending. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Does the close message count as a... Let's give that a build. Wow, it's gonna rebuild those. I wonder why. Is it because of the patch? But wait, you said something about receiving a message before it fixes up the arity. We received the message where... Here. So last time we ran through this line here, 42, did get hit. And then the try send did not error out. So there was no panic here. This would have caused the game client to crash. So we'll see if this gets through a little further. Basically we're adding a couple more debugs. Am I reading from a channel, writing back to the same channel, and then trying to read again? No, I'm treating it as a one-shot. Godot just calls this method, right? This is what we told Godot to send the where it should be putting the results. So Godot calls the receive function, and then we use our channel as a one-shot. Now this receive here is receiving from Godot, and the one down here, the future, this one is receiving from the channel. All right, well, here, let's run it real quick because that finished building. All right. So we got the net cache 107 and then signal on 170. Oh, interesting. Signals.rs line 70. Is it 78? Am I not reading that correctly? That looks like a 70 to me. Did this not get saved or something? Because we don't have anything on 70. GD native ext source signal. Oops, wrong one. Source signal. This should be the GD native ext one. 70 is way up there. Odd. Alright, but the other one that did get hit here was 107. Which file? Netcache. Okay, so we did hit that there. Then we hit the signal, whatever it was supposed to be. Alright, I gotta reset. Might just be returning pending over and over again. Remove that ready macro, make it a manual. Okay. Alright, so that build. Just want to run it one more time and get some logs I trust better. There. That looks more likely. 76, 42. So we got the result of the HTTP request. Then on signals, line 40 and 52. 49 and 52. 49 and 52. So those all hit. All right. But before that, we got to netcache 107 here, but not here. It looks like this should have returned. So 49 and 52. Let's go look at that. All right. So yeah, let's clean this up here. Okay, so what do we get back from the poll? Poll. Oh, no type information for me. Let's see, this receive is going to be... It's just future, isn't it? Future poll. It's in stable. Poll of self output. Okay. So it's either going to be ready, or it won't be. Oh, that's right. It was going to be expected enum option, found enum result. What was the other one? OK goes from one to the other, but not. There we go. Return. Yeah, drops that. Got like 2 minutes. I gotta make this work. All right, gotta remember the right one. Peyton rules. Loading screen. I don't see pending stuff at all. Let's see. Signals. 76. Oops. So we hit here, and it just waited forever. Then we got the 42. Okay, so then it was receiving the data, and it sent the data, but it never received it. So in this case, we're using async channel, right? Async channel should have this. I mean, async channel implements future. CTX waited awake. That's supposed to be in the channel, right? So receiver. Oh, it implements stream. Wake by rep. I mean, we could remove the channel out of there. It doesn't implement future? I thought... Oh, interesting. Here, we're doing a receive. That's right, we're doing a receive. And we're basically triggering off this result. Yeah. Hey, Soulman Frony. Good morning. It feels like this isn't quite right. I mean, this must work. It must work. We're not awaiting that future. We're going to poll it. Passing the right context in. This poll never returns. Oh man, okay. I was kind of expecting to see, you know, I wasn't expecting to run into this today. I've got to get ready for a meeting, unfortunately. This is going to chew at me today. We pin receive. It needs to be pinned. I know. Oh, the day job. Yeah. Yeah, this stream brought to you by Day Job. No, even Walter PI is not on today. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to dig into this later. I still want to know why it's doing that. I think I might try to work around the channel, although the channel's so nice there. Anyhow, no chicken stream. Someday, when you're not looking, you don't say that. We're gonna raid the chicken stream. All right, we're gonna try to keep it English. Oh, no teammates on there. Gonna try to keep it Rust. If not Rust, we'll keep it game dev. Probably Godot first. If there's no Godot, oh my goodness, then maybe 802.11 assembly or something. Um, well, I mean, the chicken stream's popular. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch the chicken stream? All right, so there's all the streamers. It looks light today, doesn't it? Rust. Oh, Rust summer school in Czech. Let's see, what's this one? S Card SG. I think it might be kind of interesting. Ooh, split screen multiplayer. Like how I want to see that. All right. Chickens aren't vegan. Chickens are brutal. All right, y'all. Oh, C# Fritz. We could raid C# Fritz. I don't know. We're gonna raid this one. Basically what you have, but it works for you. Huh. All right. Thank you, Museum. I'll take a look. But I gotta get running. So until next time, y'all. Bye-bye.